I gave her. You see?
Way too. So it would appear as like we got some PS5 Pro specs being passed around on the internet. I don't think none of this has been confirmed to be true, but again, a lot of times when stuff like this is being passed around on the internet or when stuff leaks before it's been confirmed, a lot of times this junk does end up being true. So I seen this was trending on Twitter today, and people starting to talk about it now. And you know, of course, because of just last week, what went down with freaking GTA 6, Suckers is like, dude, we might need a PS5 Pro for that. So this is what's been going around with the PS5 Pro and its apparent specs that's going around on the internet. As you see the specs, the CPU is a 4nm AMD Zen 2 8-core 16 threads. The GPU is an AMD Radeon Custom RDNA 3 to where the base PS5 was a RDNA 2 that was 10.28 teraflops. This one will be able to apparently 14 through 29 teraflops. The base PS5 also had ray tracing acceleration. For the PS5 Pro is set to have double that, 2 times hardware ray tracing acceleration. You gotta love that ray tracing support, right? So that's what that is. The base PS5 had a custom 825 gigabyte SSD, and we all know if you have multiple games installed on your PS5, that junk runs up pretty quick. It really does run up pretty quickly, especially if you got like a Call of Duty game installed or an NBA 2K game, which of those games take up like 100+ gigs. You will combine on 4 or 5 other games on top of that, bro. That junk is eating up really quickly. The PS5 Pro is set to have a 2 terabyte Gen 4 SSD. Here's the thing. When it comes to like these like newer models and versions of consoles with me, we've been 3 years into this generation so far with PS5 and Xbox Series X. And I don't know if it's just me, like I still don't feel like any game really has really pushed the max potential of what the PS5 can do. I feel like the best looking games that we've gotten so far on PS5 have been what? God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, maybe toss in Ratchet and Clank: Rift Apart, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Elden Ring. Like I can really only count on one hand like games that you can make a case that maybe they were like trying to, you know, really push the PS5. Like we haven't really gotten a lot of those games, and with that, a lot of people have said they haven't really seen that big of a jump in the visual department going from PS4 to PS5. Like going back to last gen with PS4 to PS4 Pro or Xbox One X, the most powerful console ever. You know, speaking for PS4 to PS4 Pro, at that time, yeah, I mean, we all know if you ended last gen with a base PS4, your jump most likely sounded like a freaking airport going off when you would try to play some of these games. But from a visual standpoint, was there like a true jump from PS4 to PS4 Pro to the point to where you could say this upgrade was worth it? In my opinion, no. Like, you know, I had the PS4 Pro, and yeah, we was able to, you know, maybe get, you know, higher frame rates on certain games, or, you know, this game had ray tracing and it would look, you know, a little bit more better. But was it anything like justified to where it's like, yeah, it was worth going out and buying a whole nother new console for this? I just feel like console players are starting to get to the point to where they won't say it, but it's essentially what they want. They literally want consoles to be just like PCs. Like that is what they want. They constantly want improve. And again, at the same time, There's nothing wrong with wanting that. Again, a lot of people, you know how many times I've heard console players say this gen, oh no, like I really haven't had a next generation experience yet with any of these games. The same way that on PC, if you have a good PC, you can put everything on high settings, high, and play the game at max settings. That is what console players want. But the issue with that is when they do that, you better not raise the price. You better not raise that damn price, because if they actually made a console that was literally like a high-end PC and the junk ran like $1,600, these console players would be like, I ain't paying that. That junk is way too high. Are you kidding? Wow, y'all really doing that? Yo, there's so much greed in the gaming industry. Like, it's crazy. They still want the junk to be like no more than like 50, maybe 100 plus more dollars. And then when you're seeing that you're getting the same games that you could play on PS5, you know, dropping on PS5 Pro, and you ain't seeing like really no visual or no huge performance, you know, improvements that I can see out the gate day one. I want to see the graphics look better. I want to see the performance look better. I shouldn't have to go to freaking digital freaking foundry to see that, oh, the PS5 Pro version of the game has 5 frames per second higher than the base PS5, or oh, the array tracing looks slightly better in like, if I'm going out to essentially buy your console again, I want to see like like across the board everything be improved. So to me, I kind of feel like all this junk is pointless at the end of the day, because again, if what console players actually want is for all of these games to be 4K native and all games be freaking 60 plus frames per second, you essentially want a PC. You're just not saying it. But you don't want to pay PC prices. You want to still pay console prices. Because if this PS5 Pro comes out and let's say it's, I don't know, $650 or $700, I guarantee you suckers will be complaining about it. And I know the whole thing is, well, consoles are more convenient to play on than PCs, so a lot of console players don't want to go out and buy a PC. I get that. It is more convenient to play on consoles, but it's like, I mean, again, if you care about graphics and performance that much, there's a give or take here. Like, you might sacrifice that to get a PC if you can finally play all of these games the way you really want them to. It's not like when you get a PC, it's like you're freaking thrown in a freaking desert as a console player, and you're just like, how do I start the game? Like, I feel like a lot of console players like have this like notion that when you go from playing on consoles to PCs, like you don't know how to start the game or something. It's not like that. Like, you can still use a PS5 controller or an Xbox controller to play on PC. You can. The only time that PCs are kind of annoying to play on is when you have this freaking error and you have to, and it says error code BC3489, and you gotta like go on Google to see like what's going on. That's really the only time that it's annoying to play on PC. I guess going from seeing how all that stuff played out last gen and now being in this gen, I kind of don't expect that much like improvements, really. I really don't. Again, the PS5 is still a great console. It is. Like, it mostly runs all these games great. The only time you don't see games run great is when it's the developer's fault. Like, we just clearly seen that this year with Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It didn't matter if you played that game in performance mode. or fidelity mode, that game had issues out the gate, and that's really just due to the optimization of what these of when these devs release these games. A lot of these devs just be releasing broken games, bro. We seen it with freaking Project Red, with freaking Cyberpunk. Freaking release a broken ass game, and then a few years later they affix it, and now it runs like a butter, and like we all give we all giving them a round of applause. I don't really feel like a lot of these times is due to the console just being weak. I feel like it's just due to these devs not having good optimization with their games for day one launch. So I don't know, man. I don't know. With the apparent specs that the PS5 Pro might have, do you feel like that is enough to go out and buy another PS5, essentially for GTA 6 and the future, you know, of games that we will be playing this gen? Y'all let me know all y'all thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll see what Sony has to say in these next few months regarding the PS5 Pro and stuff like that. And yeah, till my next video, my brothers and sisters, I'll catch y'all boys in my next one, all right?